It's October and it's spooky season. And to get you in the spooky mood, I've got 15 spooky and cozy Nintendo Switch games to talk about all month long. And with 40 years experience, I think I got you covered. So here's 5 of those 15 right now. Which 5? Let's find out. I'm going to start us all off with Oxenfree. When I first played Oxenfree, I didn't really care for it. I just didn't get it. But when 2 came out, I thought I'd give the original a try again. And boy, am I glad I did, because I really like it. You and some of your friends are going to meet up with some others on an island that you've all hung out on before. But it looks like you're getting ready for a rager and no one else got the invite, because it's just the 5 of you. Woohoo! Party! And since it's just the 5 of you, you all decide to go off in 2 different groups to go roam and discover what you can find. You always knew the place was weird and that some strange things happened to you there, but nothing like what you're about to walk into. You hear strange noises on your radio, and then suddenly, poof, you're someplace else on the island. Locked door in front of you, creepy noises behind you. You and your friends are on a wild journey to try to find out what's going on and try to get out alive. It's like it's right out of a sci-fi conspiracy theory, and suddenly, you're in the middle of it. It all seems to be controlled by these creepy voices that are coming across different frequencies on your handheld radio. They lead you on a path that only they know where they're taking you, and what for. I really enjoyed it, and only wish I knew what was wrong with me the first time I tried to play it. And now to really creep you out. Bulb Boy. How do I describe Bulb Boy? A little creepy, a little gooey, and a lot gross. It may have boy in the title, but it is not for children. You have been warned. You're in a world where everything is either bulb-shaped or looks like some kind of monster, including your dog, I guess, that flies around like a helicopter. And did I tell you, you play a toddler with a bulb-shaped head that has a green glow coming out of it all the time? And I assume who is your grandfather falls asleep on the couch watching TV, so you decide to create a little mayhem and then go out the door, like toddlers often do. And while you're out, you and your dog pet find yourself in some really hellish, nightmarish situations that you need to find your way out of, or risk being eaten by some kind of monster that really came out of a tormented mind. And not only is it a nightmare in a hazy shade of green, it's really challenging. You're working your way through progressively harder areas that require you to link multiple puzzles together. They'll have you staring at your screen so long looking for answers, you'll feel like you're in front of your green 8-inch CRT computer monitor from the 80s. It's part fun, part gross, but all difficult. It's one of those games you can only take so much of at a time, which is fine because it's a great game to pick back up during spooky season. Okay, let's lighten things back up a little by going with Wildflowers. Okay, Wildflowers isn't spooky per se, but it is witchy, and for me that counts this time of year. Wildflowers is a life and farming sim in the vein of Stardew Valley, but with the added flair of a magical coven. You join your grandmother on the family farm after you've lost your job and pretty much your entire life's been turned upside down, so you decide it's time for a change. So you help your grandmother out with her crops and her herbs, and you meet all of the people in the town that she calls friends. You start to build relationships with everybody in the town, and you can even have a romantic relationship. And meanwhile, you discover the true magic of the village. It seems everyone is a part of a coven. A coven you belong to by blood. And you discover you need to help build up the town stronger in order to rightfully earn your place in that coven. And you help by building up the crops and help the village thrive and be stronger. It's about community and making your own family. I love the art style and the premise, but for some reason it just didn't draw me in as much as I really wanted it to. Now, I still do go back to it, and it is a really good game to pick up this time of year. Now, let's have The Last Campfire. When I first started playing The Last Campfire, I was blown away by its graphics. You start off in this dark cavern, floating down what feels like the river Styx. Then you find your own path and meet other voyagers who've met their fate along that path. And on that path, you discover puzzles that help you progress your own story, and meet spirits that let you know exactly where you are. You then begin this emotional journey to help these spirits, or forlorn, find meaning and discover their own journey and help them get back. You wander through the gorgeous environment, working out spatial and logic puzzles, and explore the challenges that all meet together for the larger story. And speaking of the story, I like how each of the forlorn had their own little story behind each one of them, and how the narrator helped convey each individual's stories of loss, life, and hope. They say it only takes 6 to 8 hours to finish the game, and so far the emotional impact has been amazing. And the puzzles haven't been too hard yet rewarding, and even easier if you pick Explorer mode. And today we're going to wrap things up on the 18th hole of Cursed Golf. So you're a cursed golfer in Golf Purgatory, and in this bizarre afterlife you have to play through all of these ever-changing courses just to escape. And all of these courses are just as bizarre. Traps, obstacles, supernatural, they all test your golfing skills. These courses are also procedurally generated, with spikes, explosions, and transporters to give you a different challenge every time you start to play this wild 2D golf game. You do get these power-ups that are called ace cards that you can use to enhance things like stopping the ball or changing mid-direction. And you just may need these when you come across the bosses to battle that are called eternities. They each rule over different areas of Purgatory, and of course you need to defeat them in order to keep progressing. Cursed Golf keeps it a little lighthearted by not taking itself too seriously. And with the ace cards and the ever-changing courses, it's a different game every time you try to drive out of Purgatory. Thanks for watching, and if you liked this, please remember to like and subscribe. Now I'm going to have other videos right here, and there's going to be 2 more in this series right here. It's going to have 2 more sets of 5. Now which ones are going to be in the next set of 5? Guess you'll just have to find out. Until then, see ya!